Lower on this news that it might be a suitor for Twitter. Jeff Sica was one of the very first to call it a year ago. A year ago, he said Disney could be the suitor that would get Twitter to the altar. He's here. Circle Squared CIO. What gave you the sense, and what do you think? Does this come through?
Well, first of all, it was this strategy that Twitter had really been seeming to move towards, which was they weren't defining how to monetize their model. And Disney really needs that level of communication for distribution. They're not the only company that's interested in Twitter, by the way. There's other companies interested, but they seem to me to be a very strong suitor.
The markets hate this news, the Deutsche Bank news. It's just a tough time right now because everybody is very jittery about that and the elections. Speak to our viewing audience. What do they need to hear for if they care about their money, and who doesn't, from tonight's candidates?
Well, Liz, I think the main thing they need to think about is, first of all, we have a market that has been propped up. The acceleration in the market, the more the Fed is involved, the better the market seems to do. And we've had 6 quarters of earnings declines. So the market hitting 15 consecutive heights with 6 quarters of earnings declines. What they need to be listening to today is how these candidates, how they feel about the central bank, how they feel about the Fed, how they feel about the Fed artificially suppressing interest rates to prop up the market. And the bottom line is, if there's any conversation about the relevance of the Fed, that's gonna make a difference.
Well, something tells me they might not.